Hi, good morning, everybody. So based on the program, we should complete the window and door installation for the fourth floor today. But where are we? Why is it not installed?
I don't know. It's a trade's fault. They did not follow the agreed upon schedule they committed to.
No, it's not our fault. We didn't proceed with the installation because there is a last minute change from the designer, and the concrete upstand is not yet complete, so the production is on hold.
Oh no, it was changed because the site measurement is not aligning as per our design intent, and we are not informed about it. Good thing our team went to the site 2 days ago, so it's the project manager's fault, lack of communication.
Who is the project manager?
It's Jeff.
As you have seen, this is a typical scenario in a construction team with a strict time frame project. Welcome, we are Group E, and we are going to talk about the last planner system, the 5 key processes for the last planner system, and who is the last planner. So let's start with what is the last planner system. The last planner system is a method of project production that encourages the development of a dependable workflow between multiple stakeholders. Potential obstacles can be identified and removed the LPS before they can cause any flow to slacking. The last planner system focuses on creating and sustaining flow in work process by encouraging talks between construction team members so they might see concerns before these issues disrupt workflow. Full planning is used to achieve this. Now let's talk about the origin of LPS. The last planning system was inspired by a 1980s crew planning study. It was designed by its construction practitioners to increase workflow and plan dependability. Loris Koskela's 1992 important work on applying production concepts to building led to the founding of the International Group Lean Construction in 1983. The LPS was tested and fully implemented on a Venezuelan refinery project between 1993 and 1994. So in traditional workflow, information goes in one direction, from the top down, and even if they have some feedback, it's not enough to see future problems or conflict with the other trades and try to solve the problem and minimize the impact on the schedule. On the other hand, the LPS workflow, the information goes both ways. So everyone is heard, and the problem that comes up, they all try to solve and minimize together, and that impacts less on the schedule of everyone's. So the LPS and LCS tenets are respect for people, removal of waste, focus on process and flow, generation of value, continuous improvement, and optimize the whole. The 5 LPS key process. So should set the milestones, plan the whole, and full planning phase where they specify the handoffs. Those are 2. Can bring everyone together to try to identify any problem ahead and try to solve or minimize it. Will, when trades make promise of what they will accomplish it. Did, were the promised tasks done? What happened? What can we do to do better? That's the learning improving.
Last planner system consists of the following: master scheduling, phase scheduling, look-ahead planning, weekly work plan, and learning. Seeing the project in a macro scale is very important, otherwise this could happen. Unorganized process and flow, underutilized people, materials and equipment, less value, more cost overruns, delays, and many more. After identifying the constraint and work structure, here comes the first part of LPS process, the master scheduling. In general, master scheduling is part of the front-end planning, dictated by project constraint, represents major milestone and relationship between, and covers entire project duration, including activities at a course level with a long planning horizon. On the side note, milestone refers to an item on the master schedule that defines the end or beginning of a phase, or a contractually required event. Let's have a quick look into an example of master schedule. This figure is from Massachusetts Port Authority LPS showing the major milestone in different colors, which consists of program definition, concept design, procurement, and construction, with consideration to macro time frame. The expected outcomes are basic approach to work activities, duration, dependencies, identification, or any major challenges or schedule gaps. Now, let's move on from master scheduling to phase scheduling. When large and complex project arises, typically, master schedule represent activities in a broader or high-level stages. Milestone can then break into phases schedule wherein activities are exploded into set of tasks to cover the entire activity duration. Let's put it in a very simple way. Imagine a pizza representing each milestone. In order to achieve a full-piece pizza, it is usually composed of pizza slices in an exploded manner. Imagine that each pizza slices represent set of tasks, trades, and the time frame in order to achieve the status of the phase. To further the illustration, we are taking a target condition from the master schedule, identify the teams or trades involved, then the teams are gathered together. Identify the target date from the milestone and start working back. This is known as the pull technique or sometimes called reverse phase scheduling, which result the task being sequenced so that the completion of work receive a handoff. Pulling is to only do work that releases work requested by someone else. This rule reduces the waste of overproduction. With the pull planning, the teams plan, then do, and check for each target phase. Under this phase schedule is the look-ahead plan or the make-ready plans.
Now that we've identified milestones and target phasing, let's proceed to look-ahead planning. Look-ahead planning is the middle level in the planning system hierarchy, serving as a link between the front-end planning and production planning. It transforms tasks that we should do to something that we can do in a project. These are carried out by taking a look at the task that must be performed weeks from now, typically 5 to 6 weeks out into the future. To do this, we must determine activities that can be made ready prior to the task execution. This means that we need to collectively identify the required resources and dependencies to be able to complete the task on the scheduled date. These needs can be one or all of these things: tools, information, materials, manpower, equipment, safety, and space that will be used to perform the task. As we identify our needs, we also discover constraints that can interrupt the workflow. This is why look-ahead planning is essential, as it aims to discover constraints and remove problems before it can even affect the project. Collaborating with all trades involved 6 weeks before the task can help create seamless and reliable flow of work. Moving on to the weekly work planning. Weekly work plan focuses on what will be done shortly before performing work. In a weekly work plan, stakeholders should discuss the detailed upcoming activities for the week, as well as what's coming for next week. It should also touch base on what was done last week, identifying accomplishments and plan failures. Finally, it should also include the look-ahead plan for the next 6 weeks. Choosing from what can be done to what will be done is termed as making quality assignments. Only quality assignments may be put in a weekly work plan, shielding the production from uncertainties and ensure plan reliability. Quality assignments should fit into the following criteria. It should be defined, well-informed, and specific enough. It must also be workable and all requirements to complete the task are met. It should be a priority task for the week, or could be a low priority task that can be completed after all priority tasks are done. It must be an achievable size of activity. And finally, it can be an assignment that were not completed, which must be tracked and demands action to be taken. Weekly work plan involves consistent communication and collaboration among stakeholders. During these discussions, the project team should also track their schedule. Is there any unavoidable adjustment from the schedule? Are there any constraints hindering the work? Or how should they get back on track? It should also evaluate their progress by calculating their percent plan complete. And if they have an uncompleted work, what are the recovery plans to stay on schedule? Do they have a workable backlog that can be completed earlier without affecting other work? Having a weekly work plan highly recognizes the interdependence between the works of various trades, where coordination is essential. And every trade-to-trade handoff should serve as part of the work's quality control, keeping everybody accountable to their work and their schedule. Everybody is aware of their own responsibilities and transparent on escalating pending issues and roadblocks, openly discussing together as to what can be done to recover and to stay on schedule. The weekly work plan is created to encourage early problem detection, allowing the project team to mitigate issues and offer solutions without jeopardizing the project's success and even learning from their failures.
Now we will discuss the following details. Who is the last planner? How do we measure planning system performance? And what are daily huddles? How do we measure our planning system performance? Measuring every aspect of the project allows us to catch problems early and improve efficiency. This includes all aspects of the project, not just traditional work hours and the use of materials that were used in the past. Percent plan complete is the measurement of the percentage of weekly planned tasks that were completed that week. Tasks made ready. This lets us know how many oven ready, so to speak, tasks there are, meaning no waiting to get them started. Again, this is given as a percentage. We have tasks anticipated, a measurement of how many upcoming tasks that have been identified from a look-ahead meeting. Commitment level. This measures how effectively our last planners have assigned critical tasks. Frequency of planned failures. This is the number of planning failures that happened in order to find the root cause of work not getting done. So who is the last planner anyway? This is the individual responsible for the production unit's work or output. The last planner is also responsible for that unit's ability to produce. If the unit cannot produce, it is still up to the last planner to find out why and work to resolve the issue. Drawbacks to the last planner system are few but important. As we all know, not every idea or concern on a job site needs to be heard. Some discussions can be a waste of time and irrelevant. Finding out which ideas are a waste of time, however, requires hearing all ideas, so this seems unavoidable. Also, as the master schedule is often color coordinated, it could be difficult for those who do not see in full color spectrum to follow along. This could be easily remedied using hatch patterns or another inclusive form of coding. Daily huddles are important as they allow for maximum communication between production units and trade representatives. These are done in a standing up fashion because they are meant to be quick and to the point. During the huddle, the team should concentrate specifically on poster items. That is, what is the purpose? How did we organize? Meaning, who did we invite? Keep it short. Make sure we hear from the trade leaders. Let's evolve from what we learned. And let's review all details and see where we can improve. Being able to learn from our failures is one of life's most challenging aspects. If we do not learn, we do not grow. Understanding this concept on a group level is paramount to the last planner system. Our teams must be malleable in their approach to changes on the traditional systems, especially on the fly. These changes are usually brought up during the daily huddle, and if there are any concerns, they can be voiced at that time. Once the concern is voiced, it is then time to take action on the workday. In conclusion, the last planner system consists of 5 key processes: master scheduling, phase scheduling, look-ahead planning, weekly work plan, and learning.